Got to get my chair to sit up where it's supposed to be. Hey, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Good morning, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond. I'm Jerry Diamond. I'm a nobody in the kingdom or in the world, in anybody's estimation. But so things are changing. The world is changing rapidly in my life. My world is changing. Going to be rapidly, more rapid. What I'm doing here is I'm just getting on here to tell you I'm going to be on at probably 8 o'clock, a live stream. I got some announcements to make. I got a new product in, not a product, but a new life-changing thing for me. I don't know how many of you need them, but I did. So I'll leave it if you can hear me okay. Yeah, let me see. It's 6:19. I thought it was 7:19 because that phone is off an hour off, set on Eastern time. But anyway, I don't know why it doesn't reset itself because it's not a cell phone. It's just a computer. Anyway, I'm going to go on about, let's say, 7:38 live stream, and I'm just putting this up as an announcement for that. So some pretty cool things going on. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm just thrilled that, what I want to say here is, one of the things I want to say is just talk a little bit here. Take my glasses off. I don't have to read anything to talk from my brain. I don't need glasses to read off my brain, read off the screen of my mind. Yeah, how does that go? I don't know. Anyway, um, should have something to drink in here. I got water. That's it. Oh, come on. No water, no coffee. No sippy coffee. Oh, well, no big deal. I don't really need it. I've had a couple of cups already. Got up early today, way earlier than normal. Had a really good conversation with my North Carolina contact company business ministry, whatever, disaster relief team. Got to come up with a name for CAG, Community Action Group. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna do an unboxing when I get on later at live. I'm gonna say most people that get on here, two or three people that get on here that listen to me blather through or read or whatever, get on. Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason or time frame. I never got a time frame from anybody. So unless I get a time frame on this, comment on this video when it uploads, or if you're live now, if you're on with me now, let me know what would be a better time for you, 7 or 8 or later. I'm figuring 7:30 today. It might wait until 7:30. I'm gonna go make dinner. Probably what I'll do is eat dinner, my one meal, OMAD, my one meal a day, and then I'll get on here and take my time and get a little bit of sipping coffee just to relax, and then get on live and do an update and some different things, personal updates, and take a couple of my sponsors, hopefully sponsors. The unboxing I'm going to do, they should sponsor me, definitely. They should sponsor my YouTube channel. Got a couple of other companies I'm trying to reel in. This one I'll talk about. I can't even hardly see that in the video. Now I got to put my glasses on. See how that comes through. Tuning Element, okay? They should sponsor me. This guy should send me about $10,000 for all the money he's made off of me, of the theft of my name, image, and likeness, and not my name, image, and likeness, but my intellectual property. Stole my research, stole God's research. He took something that God created, that, the divine creator of the universe came up with, was inherent in the universe, so beautiful, so orderly. That's what's so amazing to me, is that, that's one thing that I love about science and math, is they're so orderly, and they reflect the creation. The Bible says that the fool says in his heart there is no God. Well, anybody that says there is no God is a fool, a complete drifting, more anchorless, adrift in the high seas with nothing, no ballast, no sail, either one, just adrift, moron. So anyway, do some therapy here. That'll make you seasick. This is a hammock chair. I love them. Oh my gosh. Not as good as the one I had outside. The one I got outside fell apart, so I got a couple more, and they're both in here. But I can put this back. The other one outside, I could put it up back almost flat and relax. And I have my feet on the stool here, so I can rock with that. They have a leg support. This one has leg support, and my other one did not. These are really nice. I like them. I don't remember the name of the one. The other one I had up there is Rio, RIO. Got it on Amazon. About $70 or more than that now. These ones are about two of them, two for whatever the heck I got them for. Maybe two for 120, maybe I don't know, $60 a piece. Anyway, I really like them because you can lay back, you can recline and watch the stars. There's one called the Nemo Skywatcher, Stargazer, maybe, I don't know, Nemo, like Nemo, Captain Nemo, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But you know, that one, the Nemo, they ridiculous price, you know, $200. I don't know what it was, way overpriced, way overpriced. You got to actually assemble it. Well, the Rio, you can just take it out of the box, put it together, pop, pop, pop. You know, as long as you know how to put the stand together. It's like a two-part stand, and you just pop these caps on it. I can't show you here. I can move the phone, but I'm not going to. Anyway, they're great. I love them. You can sleep. I could sleep in it, really. If it was winter time, I could use them as a hammock chair and sleep in the dang thing. That's how comfortable they are. Good exercise, you know, core, you know, not a lot, but you can make them rock just with my core muscles, which is good exercise for your core. Flex my stomach muscles and rock. Very cool. Anyway, I'm just blathering, so just put up with it. And nobody's on anyway, so who cares? I'm live, but nobody's listening, so how's that? I don't know. So one guy was watching a video, and he goes, if you want to get more videos or, you know, follow me, you know, hit the thanks button. Well, there's a thanks button. Yeah, $10 thanks button. Wouldn't that be cool? It's a new rollout. They're just doing it on YouTube. Just started it. You have to be a super special, you know, or get a high lottery pick or something to get the thing. But you got to have so many thousand, so many million views to get it. And I don't have that. I don't have the watch hours and everything else. But yeah, pretty cool idea. I'd love to have that. A PayPal button on my channel. I've tried to do it before, but I just can't seem to get it to be working. So anyway, I'm just blathering, like I said, just talking off the top of my head, or talking out my the other end. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So be positive, be energetic, don't be negative. Yeah. Be grateful, have gratitude. Oh my gosh, that is so powerful. Gratitude is so powerful, people. Be grateful. Yeah. Thank God for the trials you went through, for the hard times you went through, for the, you know, as they say in the Navy SEALs say, whatever don't kill you makes you stronger, you know, so I'm not dead yet, so great. I'm stronger. So grateful for what I've been through. Last 10 years have been very difficult, very difficult. I thought about quitting 1,000 times. One time I was ready to quit, and I called a friend of mine that I helped move here from Massachusetts or Connecticut. I think he was in Connecticut. Connecticut, that's north of Massachusetts. That's where he was from. He was by the Springfield area. The Springfield airport is a common airport to both, I think, Hartford, Connecticut, and Springfield, Massachusetts. Anyway, so he was from the one that was above, and I happened to move out here, and I called him up, and he had moved out here, and then I talked to another lady from a Yahoo group coming out here. Michael moved out here with everything he owned, lock, stock, and tomahawk, and a little shipping attendant I talked him into doing. Got out here, stored about a year, he's getting ready to get set up and find a place to live, you know, permanent place. And U-Haul kept it in storage in Springfield, and when he was ready for it, they delivered it to him. It's a really awesome way to do things. Anyway, that worked for him. And then another lady moved over. She owned in a little subcompact car with her son, Solomon Wisdom. And she moved out here. I was with them the first day they met. They met, fell in love, got married, and had a baby. Michael now owns 40 acres in Arkansas, free and clear. Yeah, really awesome. So, what a blessing. So I called him one time and I said, "Hey, Michael, I'm thinking about quitting." He goes, "You want to know what I think?" And I said, "Yeah, that's why. Why do you think I called you? I wanted to get your opinion." He said, "You've got how many decades in this?" I said, "About 4 decades." He goes, "If you quit now, you'll die. You'll just shrivel up and die. You will not be able to live anymore. He said, your whole life is invested in this whole idea of helping people and having a place for them to go." So he said, "Don't quit. If you quit, you're dead." So I said, "Okay, I'm not going to quit." And so but over the last 10 years, it's been hard, a lot of difficulties, a lot of trials, tribulations, and a lot of people that I've helped out, turn around, stab me in the back. Oh, well, that's on their head, not mine. Family's not been the best, been supportive, kind of don't like what I'm doing, don't believe in what I'm doing, don't understand what I'm doing. So to anybody like that, just hurt me, stab me, tried to kill me, and there's been several people that tried to kill me. They're all dead, as far as I know, most all of them, or soon to be dead. But anyway, just saying that's what happens. Um, Psalm 105. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Am I claiming to be a prophet? No, not at all. But there are people that God, blesses people that bless them and curse the people that curse them. So a lot of people have written themselves into my life and they write themselves out of my life. That's how this ever evolving saga of this Ozark Plateau, refugium. They'll write themselves into the storyline, and then they'll stab me in the back and write. I said, "Well, you're writing yourself out of my story. Sucks for you." And then 2 months later, 2 years later, they're dead. Um, anyway, that's just want to say it's been difficult, but it's been a blessing, and I realize that the difficulties have always been blessings. The problems have always been possibilities. The opposition has always been opportunity. The sticking points have always been stepping stones. Whatever. I'm just trying to make up a bunch of alliteration there, but there's no such thing as a problem that God hasn't already foreseen and provided for. And usually the problem is a way for you to grow. You're under pressure. Well, that's how he makes diamonds. Guess what? It's been hot. It's been very, very hard. Well, that's how you refine gold and silver. And the thing is, if your lives have been really difficult, really hot, find out how you know that the gold is pure, completely purified, or how the silver is completely purified. When the refiner can see his face in it, when it's a reflection of the Almighty, of the divine presence in your life, that's when you're purified enough to where it's okay. It's time for you to be a mirror to the world, or a reflection of the presence of heaven to the world. So, So I am going to do an unboxing a little bit later. A couple unboxings, I think, because I got two packages in the mail today. One was a box, one was a mailer envelope. If I'd have been attacked by dogs, I would have probably held on to the box and let the dogs tear up the other one. Well, the other one, that would have been a mistake, because the one that was in this goofy little piece of plastic was the expensive one, $300 in there. Couldn't believe it. Hard to believe. Anyway. And it was lost for several days in Springfield, which is very bizarre, very unusual, because it was sent by U.S. Post Office with no prioritizing, no nothing, no. They'd had tracking, yes, but didn't have any kind of insurance on it that I'm aware of, other than what they might have shipped, fourth rate or fifth rate or whatever it was they shipped it. But anyway, they're kind of goofy, kind of silly, considering how expensive they are and how much of a life-changing, how much of a completely life-altering event it's going to be for me. So I'll give you some clues, but I'm not going to I'm not really trying to get clues or anything, but if you guess what it is, comment on the video. If you're hearing me, if you're listening, hear and listen, people, hear and listen. Listen and hear, people, hear and listen. Yeah, there you go. Look and see, people, see and look. Don't be blind. Don't be as the blind leading the blind. They both go in a ditch or off a cliff. When a ditch, you're off the cliff. Da, 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 da. Reminds me of what my assessment of the when I was at a call to told to go to a meeting in another room one time. We were at a monthly fellowship, and they said, I just said this ministry is completely shot through and controlled by Jezebel. This guy sitting across from me said, no, that's not true. That's not true. The second those words were out of his mouth, I said, oh, yes, it is, very much so. And at that second, this man came out and said, we're having a meeting in there, and you need to come in here. What it was my excommunication kangaroo trial. So I was like, yep, Jezebel's got this ministry completely under her grip. Norm Farnham. I'm going to call out names now. Norm, not good. I don't envy your life. Anyway, or your wife, because that's who should be in control of your situation. Anyway, so okay, so Norm Farnham, Mark Boatwright, and James Raymer. There's a triumvirate, and my assessment of the meeting, those are the three that attacked me and told me, demanded that I take my book offline, take it offline, shut down my YouTube channel, take my book off of the internet, and take the website down and everything, and quit, cease and desist, stop. And I was like, no, as a matter of fact, hell no, So, my assessment of that meeting was that it was men who were blind leading men with no minds. So not a single man that opposed him. Well, my son-in-law there made a statement in my favor. That was the only person. Everybody else was like, oh, yeah, well, you got to do what they tell you to do. You got to do what they tell you to do. I said, I'm sorry, I don't have to do what they tell me to do, because they are not a pastor. They have no authority whatsoever. Nobody saw that problem. And the man who ran the thing, Norm Farnham, had stated before and meant several times in the past, this is not a church. We're not a ministry. We don't have any eldership. We don't have, there's not a pastor in charge. There's nobody in charge of this. There's no bishop. There's no elders. We're just a ministry, what do you call it? NGO. It was a parachurch organization, just existing in the fringes. It was a racist situation, Anyway, it was not a church organization. They had no authority to do what they did, and yet they did it. And I'm just thinking this out loud, and that's one of the issues in my life in the last 10 years. It's been very interesting. So. And it was a done deal. There's nothing I could have done about it. They demanded me to do something I had no power to do. To basically bend over and kiss the derriere of the person who was tormenting me. I was like, why should I do that? That person has never given allegiance to me or to the God that I serve, so I'm not going to do it. I missed my one opportunity in life to say with Martin Luther, Herr steh ich kann nicht anders, God help me, amen. Here I stand, I can do no other, God help me, amen. Or, like McAuliffe at Bastogne, when demanded to surrender by the Germans, he said, nuts. It was an accident of fate, but that was his reply. He said that when somebody read it to him, he said nuts. So they wrote it down, nuts, and sent that off to the Germans. Pretty funny. Anyway, no, we're not giving up. Sorry. We've fought like hell to get here. I don't care if we're surrounded. There's who's the guy? Not Stormin' Norman, but the great Marine general. Said we got targets of opportunity all over. We're surrounded. Great. We could anywhere we shoot, there's a target of opportunity. So anyway, nah, don't give up. Why quit? Don't give up the ship. I've not yet begun to fight. Yeah. John Paul Jones. I was reading my book today. The people of North Carolina, she asked, Lacey Montgomery asked me to send it to her, so I sent her the link. I don't know. They're going on a trip today, doing some driving around, so she's going to read it to her security officer. And while he was driving, she's going to read it to him. I hope that'll happen to some degree. Maybe if they got a paragraph or two, maybe the first chapter, maybe the preface in the first chapter, maybe. Anyway, I was reading it today, and I was like, oh wow! I ran across a book. that I mentioned in the title. Maybe it was a booklet. I don't remember because I can't find it. I don't know if it ever existed. But Professor Gary North, professor head of the Institute for Christian Economics, ICE in Texas, somewhere in Texas, Austin, not Austin, Tyler, Texas. Okay, reformed, post millennial bunch of guys, but he had written a booklet, as I recall, and that's what I quoted. But there's a book by the same title by a different person. I think maybe Gary North may have just taken that book and the idea and simplified it and put it in a booklet form, because I remember seeing a picture of the book in my mind. Anyway, the idea is, what are we going to do if there's nuclear war? And the answer was it was written by somebody in Congress or whatever, a very well-known person. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but with enough shovels. The answer was, with enough shovels and a couple doors, just dig a big hole, throw a couple doors over, put dirt on top of it, and you'll be okay. Well, a few other things involved. If you really want to know how to survive nuclear war by the way, we just had 2 nuclear blasts within a few miles of us, within 30, 40 miles. Shockwaves are going to hit us any second. If you want to know how to survive that kind of situation, read the book by Dean Ng called Pulling Through, science fiction book. And this guy's one of the masters of science fiction. And he's got a sense of humor. His in the phone book, his name is Dean Ng, and his wife's name is Lynn Ng, right? Dean and Lynn Ng. So in the phone book it reads D-L Ng. Oh, D-Ing-L Ng, ding-a-ling. Pretty funny. Anyway, but he wrote a book called Pulling Through. It's a real phenomenally well-written book. It just rollicking, end of the world scenario, the end of the world as we know it situation. And yeah, I've been too focused on that, but for a good reason. My kids tell me, my grandchildren tell me, you're too focused on the end of the world, Grandpa. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna quote her. I don't care. My oldest grandchild's name is Sarah. Sarah, not Linnell Monet. Her name was Sarah Horan's. Now Sarah Stelzer. She's married into the Azure Standard dynasty kingdom. Anyway, so one day I was sitting at the computer down the hill here. I am now on the property that I consider my homeless camp number 1, because years ago, way before the divorce, way before 2015, going back to my 2009, 10, 11 in there, I honestly felt like I was homeless. And I came up here, to the porch here, this abandoned house. It was very nice. It had a roof on at the time. No roof was gone. And a big chair like I'm sitting in, a big desk chair, a reclining desk chair up there. I don't know where it came from or where it went. But I'd sit up there and I'd talk on the phone and pray and just commune with the Lord. But I called that homeless camp number 1. Then I developed homeless camp number 2, and then homeless camp number 3. So in the year time, did about maybe a year apiece. So 3 to 4 years easily before 2015, when I actually got divorced, I was homeless. I knew I was homeless, and I'd seen that I was pushed outside the camp. I was alienated from the family. One day, my son asked me, "Why do you separate yourself from us?" I'm like, "Hey, you know what? Here's the truth of the matter. There's the old story about the guy and his wife. When they first married, they were sitting real close in the car, and then years go by, and she's sitting on the other side of the car, and they see a young couple, and they're sitting real close, and he's got her arm around her. He goes, "Gee, honey, do you remember when we used to do that?" And the guy looks over and he goes, "Yeah." So she goes, "Well, wasn't that nice? Isn't it nice to be like that again?" He said, "I'm not the one that moved. I'm still sitting here I'm still driving the car. I'm still steering the program. You're the one that moved." And that's what happened with my family. They all alienated from me, not me from them, not vice versa. I'm following the kingdom. I'm following, like it says in Joshua, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So that's the way I feel like, and I believe that's going to happen. I really honestly believe that. I pray for my family, I pray for my kids and my grandkids, and pray that they'll, follow God. And, if you train up a child in the way he shall go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. I'm praying for that for my children and my grandchildren. They don't have any excuses, that's for sure. You can blame me or blame whatever, blame your mother, blame your grandmother, blame your grandfather, but everybody has in the ultimate decision when you stand before God on Judgment Day and you go to the right or the left, whether it is determined that you are a sheep or a goat, you're not gonna have anybody to say, "Oh, my dad said, my mom did, my dad spanked me, my mom, did this," No, you're gonna have one person to it's gonna take the. How am I gonna let me word this carefully? There's only one person you can blame if you go to hell. You, not the Lord, not anybody else. So you might as well start dealing with that now. Don't blame other people for anything in your life, because people have hated me for this and that and the other thing. You're not complaining about me. You're complaining about God, because God is the one that's put me in control in your life. Like in the case of my wife, she was under my headship. She was under my protection. She's under my coverture. And if you go to hate me, you're not hating me. You're hating God. You're not complaining about me. You're complaining about God. Fact of the matter. In fact, I told her, I said, I am your headship. I'm your coverture. I am your husband. And if this is after a baby died, in her care, and the hospital blamed her that she did not do anything wrong. Fact. I mean, there was a hospital that killed the baby, I believe deliberately. It was it was a mixed race baby, black and white. And I believe they killed the baby deliberately, or allowed it to die deliberately, and blamed her. Delise, the forceps that they pulled the baby's head out with, that is Delee, I think is the guy's name, the doctor that invented that thing. How can you damage the baby's skull and help with the excuse you're trying to help it be born, and damage it and break the neck or pull the spinal cord away from the body and pull the head away from the body, or damage the head or crush the head, crush the skull? Oh, sorry, it happened then. None of it could have done. This is a great invention. Well, that man wrote a book on how to destroy midwifery and destroy chiropractic. And that book was, I don't know what the name of it was, but in the book he said, first catch your rabbit. Find a midwife. And back then, obstetricians were the low man. They were like the ugly stepchild, the redheaded stepchild of the medical industry, because they're laughed at. They were frowned upon because they made little more money than a midwife did at the time. They couldn't charge much more than a midwife because they weren't any better than midwives. They're not as good as a midwife back then. Definitely not now. So anyway, put this thing back and go to sleep. Yeah. First catch your rabbit. Okay. Nobody on. Welcome to live chat. Come on, chime in, everybody. So you first catch a rabbit, and you get them to do something. You find out they do something wrong. And back then, virtually all the midwives' clients, and most were Spanish or black, people, families, couples, or mixed race, which is unusual back then, but there were those. That was most of the midwives' clients. Well, the doctors had a lot of the same clients because they didn't charge much different, So they'd get a mixed race client or a black or Spanish client, Mexican American client, and the baby dies or something happens. So they'd blame the midwife or blame the chiropractor, the naturopathic physician, make a big lawsuit out of it and kill him. Now, when my wife had that problem in 2010, 9, whatever, 10, yeah. The guy Redfern, Dr. David Redfern at the hospital, said, "We're going to destroy midwifery." His quote was, "We're going to destroy. This is going to destroy midwifery in Missouri." Well, guess what? It didn't destroy it, but they did a damn good job of trying. And my wife was no help to the midwifery industry at all. But my point was that I said, "I am your protector, your coverture. If you should allow me to, be that for you." And she divorced me instead. But the thing was, here's the thing: is this company here, okay, Tuning Element, We have been in touch with a doctor from Chicago. What is Chicago? What's it got to do with the medical industry? Chicago is a hometown of the American Medical Association, the AMA, the American Medical Association, the hometown of that. This doctor in Chicago had done 14,000 births in that area. And by this point in time in 2010, the main thing is income. He did a women tummy tucks and, female operations. She made just millions of dollars. Very wealthy man. And he came in touch with our company through how he got it, I don't know, but he got they were making paint patches. Put the patch on your body, and that's the whole idea of these bracelets, see, is that it connects to the Earth's energy, and they have healing frequencies imprinted into them. And I can tell you how to do that. If anybody's interested in manufacturing, I'll tell you how to do it and compete with these goofballs. This goofball. Okay, tuning element. Okay, so very healing, pain reduction. And this doctor was so awed by these patches that he made up his own brochure. And he was using them in his clients. And he told us, this is to my face personally. He said, when the woman is relieved after one of my operations from the hospital, it is mandatory that they, are in a wheelchair. And it usually takes them 2 to 3 weeks to recover from this operation. He said, my female patients were recovering in 2 to 3 days. And they could have walked out. He said, they mandatory they had to go out in a wheelchair. So when they got out to their car, they could jump out of the wheelchair and get in the car, or jump up and down. David's like, hey, oh boy. So David, thoughts on Kabbalah is not a sentence. Ask a specific question. What is it related to? I know you're the same one that asked me about Mormonism. So give me a specific question, not a general topic. Okay, so anyway, my point is that this doctor, okay, who'd been to, up and down, he'd done so many births in the Chicago area. He said it got to the point where he said, women would come up to me and say, "You did my births." He goes, "Yeah, mm-hmm." He goes, "Do you remember me?" He says, "Lady, if you don't remember your own name," oh, he said, "Yeah, I remember you." They say, "Okay, so what's my name?" And she goes, "Ma'am, if you've forgotten your name, I can't help you. You need to see somebody else. Go talk to your husband or something." He'd laugh it off, because, 14,000. Are you kidding? No, I don't remember your name, dummy. So anyway, that was pretty funny. He had a good sense of humor. So we're at lunch with him one time, and my partner went to the bathroom, used the restroom, and I told him in a 2-minute summary of what my wife's situation was. And this doctor told me, he said, I got to back up a little bit there. I'm going to tell you that in a minute, but I got to back up. Rewind. Bunny trail. Warning, Will Rogers. Warning, Will Rogers. Danger. Bunny trail ahead. Don't fall in the bunny trail. Okay, Jerry, don't fall too deep in the bunny trail. Okay, so the rabbit hole. Bunny trail rabbit hole. Don't fall in the rabbit hole. Okay, we're going to go down a rabbit hole, not a very deep one. Okay, so I had, this doctor had said at one point in time, he said, I've been to India 17 times. Wow, shit. That's a big endeavor, and probably for months or weeks at a time, sabbatical. I'm going to go to India on a vacation or whatever, study Hinduism and study alternative medicine, because this guy is very big into alternative medicine. That's why he just jumped. He wrote his own brochure for us, a three trifold, really nice done brochure. Didn't ask our permission. He just did it, and he was using it without our permission. We could have sued him, what would be the point in that? So he took part in a university study at the University of Missouri, who'd done so many biological, many biological studies. Phenomenal. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal organization there. Paul Durham. I still remember the guy's name. I was almost bored. This guy started telling me about the study they did on chocolate, dark chocolate, from Ashkenazi chocolate factory in Springfield. He said that stuff, and he went on for I kid you not, 45 minutes. I was getting like, oh man, this is information overload. TMI, too much. But I mean, I love chocolate. I love dark chocolate. Oh my gosh, I love dark. But so he was spewing out so much information so fast that I was like, I can't handle that much information, dude. I love chocolate. I would buy all the chocolate in the world if I could, but I'd eat it 24 hours a day if I could. Anyway, it was getting almost boring. He was so much information. So this guy, we'd had him do a study for these pain patches, and the doctor was there. The doctor was so cool. Paul sitting there, he goes like, they had a overhead projector and he goes, well, I need one of these HDMI or something on the doc pulled him out of his briefcase. Here, I got it. I had the hookup for the University of Missouri with multi-million-dollar studies. This people had done, they had created a design and created a paint for United States or any seagoing vessel to keep the barnacles off. It would paint it so the barnacles couldn't stick. Probably a Teflon or what do you call it, a ceramic coating or something. But it made it so slick that it increased their speed by massive amounts because you get barnacles on there and the barnacles are impeding your speed in the water. It's making. Anyway, they've done so many high dollar, multi-million-dollar studies. They made a tent fabric that you could that was completely sterile, where you could set up a mass unit or a hazmat unit. No germs, no probably silver was in it. Yeah. So they did some bizarre things, So they're dealing with a little, fly by night company like my partners. I'm going to take this technology and steal it. That's who they were dealing with, somebody completely crooked. So I'll transform again. And what I'm doing here too is I've got products that I really would like people to buy, and I concepts that are out there. And one of them is Splendor Water. I keep running across these people, and I'm always the first or second comment. Why don't they have better advertising? This stuff is phenomenal. It comes from a volcano in Ecuador. You see the gold colored thing there? That's the symbol AU, gold. And what's that? AG, silver, argentium. Silver and gold. It has gold and silver in it. Colloidal gold and silver, naturally from the ground, a deep water spring well, phenomenally made, and they make it in both clear and then this is sparkling water. So I just love this stuff. I'm trying to help them open to the U.S. market, but they're not paying me. I wish they would. I'd love to. I do this stuff like this for free. I want people to drink this water. And this bottle is a glass cobalt bottle. When it's empty, you don't throw it away. I can't believe I gave a couple of these away and they threw it away. It's so beautiful. Why would you throw a work of art away? And plus it's usable. You can put water. You put whatever your water, drink it in, and set it out in the sunlight, and it'll take in the frequency of the sun. Put it on the moon, it'll take in the frequency of the sun. You can use it. You can imprint the water. You can program water, people. Water is intelligent. It's smarter than most people on Earth. It has all the intelligence of the world in it. So, and that's being proven. Other people I'd like to do something on the other day, but I'm rambling. I'm just going down one rabbit hole after another. But water is phenomenal. There is a lady. I'll just throw her name out there, and you can look it up yourself. There was a guy, Masaru Emoto, Japanese doctor, who sort of say love or hate onto a bottle of water and then freeze it, and it would do ugly patterns or beautiful patterns. And so someone took up that work. Trying to come up with their name right now. She wrote a book. Masuro's book was, he had 2 or 3 of them, The Hidden Message of Water, The Hidden Life in Water, The Hidden Life of Water. Hers was The Secret Intelligence of Water. And then she also called The Secret, she's actually writing a book that is going to be you have what's called Egypt writings, hieroglyphs, yeah. What is her name? I'll come up with it in a minute. Okay. Might have to look up on my phone. The Secret Language of Water, hieroglyphs. She's developing the hieroglyphs of water. Letters, languages, words. The water has a language, or she can, any word you can take in as language. But let me check out here. It's stupid. I can't remember her name. It's 2 simple words. AWAV. Veda. VA. Veda Austin. Yeah, I didn't look it up. I honestly, I could see the letters because she said, "What do you know my name?" And it said, she signs her name like V, and then the A is connected. The V is connected to the A, right? I'll do it from your side. V, and then A, Veda Austin. And it said, "What was my name? Do you know my name before I got married?" And it said V and separate for A, separate letters. She knew, the water knew that it wasn't. Before she was married, her name was not Austin. It was something else. So, is that right? Anyway, that might be wrong, but I know it did two different things. So, so that'll make sense later sometime when I wake up. I'm not awake yet. Speaking of awake, my coffee. Well, so we're gonna do let me get back to this. We're gonna do an unboxing later. Little box here that's worth 300, 400, 500. That's gonna be like a life-changing experience for me. Hope you're hearing me. And what the hell is in this? Vitamins. It's crazy, oh, this is not even mine. Dang it, I did it again. Shit. Daughter-in-law's. Okay, so that's. God, I didn't open that one. At least I didn't open it. Usually I open it up and I'm like, oh crap, because I'm expecting 3 packages and there's 4 packages in the thing. I'm expecting 2 packages. I'm expecting 3 packages, there's 2 in the thing, so I just open them up. Oh, sorry, I opened your mail again. Sorry about that. So this one I won't have to do that. I want to open that up. So anyway, like I said, if I had been attacked by dogs, I would have dropped the stupid paper plastic bag, and I would have, because I might have shaken this. Anyway, that doesn't sound like what it was supposed to be. It sounds like vitamins in there, right? Well, I might have figured it out, but I want to just save that box and let the other one go. I would have kept the box that was worth $50 and lost the one that was $300. Anyway, I think I'm running out of juice here. So where was I at? I got to rewind. That's rewind. Rewind. Okay, so somebody tell me if you're online and you've been following me. I got to go back to. I was at Kangaroo Court, Bunny Trail, going down the Bunny Trail of. Before I tell you this, I got to tell you that. And that was. David, if you're listening and you remember what I was talking about, tell me. I'll have to go back to the Bunny Trail, the Kangaroo Court, if nothing else. My grandkids, yeah, my children. So I was talking about the fact that I've been alienated from my family, and so I was going to quote my granddaughter, my oldest grandchild is a girl, granddaughter Sarah. And I was down below at the house. I was talking about that whole thing, and homeless camp number 1, homeless camp number 2, homeless camp number 3. Michael, my friend, I called him, said, I'm going to quit. I'm thinking about quitting. Don't quit. You'll die. If you quit, you'll be dead. You'll die within a short amount of time. Die with your boots on. Keep working. So I did. Anyway, it's been difficult, but it's been the blessing in it, because I would not be able to do all the things I've done over the last 10 years had I been caught up with family stuff and just going places and doing things and driving kids to dances, which is how they get married. The very ones that think I'm doing bad is, I drove them to 30 dances and then finally found somebody and got married. Well, that wouldn't have happened had I not been willing to do that. But now I'm a bad person for some reason. So anyway, I'm just saying it's been difficult, but it has allowed me to do what God's given me to do, which is why I left the church. I wasn't a member of it, but I wrote about this in my book, so I'm just going to recap it real quick. About Pentecost, I was sitting in the back of the church like this, hands on the pews, just basking in the glow of the blessings of a good sermon, and suddenly the Lord spoke to me. It could have been out loud, could have been a voice of thunder, but it said a voice of thunder. Could have been, but what I heard in my heart so clearly, so it was like out loud. You don't fit in here. You never did, and you never will. You need to go toward Bolivar and start a new work. Well, I went toward Bolivar. I'm sitting right now. Is right on the dead line between Denison, Kansas and Bolivar, Missouri. You need to go toward Bolivar and start a new work. Well, have I started new work? Kind of. I started a YouTube channel and whatnot, but got my book uploaded online. So I have done some things, but sold 4 semi-loads of sea salt. Yeah. So I'm not I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, because the entire saga, like I said, you write yourself into my saga, that's by divine providence. You write yourself out of my saga, stab me in the back, that's by divine providence too. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. God's divine guidance over your life, whether it's destined you for heaven or hell, is up to him, not you. So there's a couplet out of John Bunyan's writings. John Bunyan wrote Pilgrim's Progress. If you're not familiar with it, look it up, read it. It'll change your life. But he said, whether to heaven or hell you bend, God will have glory in the end. No matter where you go, God's going to glorify himself in that. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. It said God hardened Esau's heart. He hardened Pharaoh's heart. In Romans 9, read that. A little bit of predestination there for you. A little bit of predestination there for you. I got to pronunciate that right. Pronunciate that correctly. Enunciate that. Anyway, just saying that, he has a purpose. He has a plan for everybody's life. And his purpose for your life may be to glorify himself in your being brought into the kingdom of heaven. And his plan for your life might be to glorify himself in, you not making it into the kingdom of heaven. Either way, he's going to be glorified. It doesn't make any difference. What you believe, what you do, what you say, he's still going to be glorified. You can oppose his will, or you can acquiesce to his will and be blessed. You can oppose his will and be cursed. You can acquiesce to his will and be blessed. That's how I'll put it that way. And I'm seeing that pull out in real time. I mean, real time, big time. You're talking about thousands and millions of dollars at stake here. And that is, I'll talk about it. I'm not going to go into that now. That's a bunch I don't want to get into right now. But something just happened like yesterday or today. Some tickets went on sale and they were sold out in 40 minutes. The general public never got a chance to buy one. Not one single solitary person in the general public was able to buy one. They're all sold by priority. Somebody who belonged to a certain club or whatever it was. I don't even know. Like a gold club, gold card thing. They're the ones that got the tickets. And they bought 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 of them. They probably bought, some people probably bought 100 tickets easily. And they're going to resell those tickets for big money, a lot of money. So, scalp payment, whatever. It's a secondary market. What do you call it? Whatever you want to call it, They might give some away. I'm sure they give some of them away. But I'm seeing this play out in real life. Like I said, I quoted a verse earlier that Psalm 105. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about somebody else. Another one is God resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. Be humble. Be grateful. Be thankful. I'm so thankful for everything that's happened in my life. The people that have just parted ways with me, gotten angry with me, got pissed off at me, accused me of being a liar, accused me of being stupid, accused me of being, retarded, and everything else. I don't care. That's on there. You don't call your brother a fool, because that's not good. If you call your brother thou fool, you'll be in danger of hellfire. So don't do that. Not a good idea. So Michelle, anger? Are you angry? Is that your last name? Yeah, serious. Hey, Sarge, how you doing there, buddy? Yeah. You still there, David? I'll briefly answer your question. I don't know a lot about this topic, but David Solomon asked me, well, what's thoughts on Kabbalah? I said, well, what's your question? That's just a general, like, what do you think of the earth? What do you think of the sun, the moon, the stars, whatever? This a general question. Give me something specific. So he said, well, have you ever studied it? No. Do I have an opinion on it? Yeah, my opinion on it. This is a bunny trail. Deep, 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 deep. Dark bunny trail, rabbit hole, not bunny trail, rabbit hole. There's a rabbit trail, bunny trail, and we went down a rabbit hole. We're falling for 3 days. We're falling for 3 years. We're falling for 300 years. We're falling for 3 millennia. Finally hit bottom. Okay, David. In brief, I'm going to say like 1 or 2 sentences, hopefully, and then I'll get off on another deep, 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 dark rabbit hole full of beep, 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 bad physics, bad physics, bad physics. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, we used to watch movies. I'm very big on physics. I love physics. I'm going to get a physics book here. I'm going to start reading it to my grandkids, my children, my grandchildren. Hope I'll teach them something. How not to get in accidents. How not to get in accidents. How not to roll. My oldest grandson and my oldest granddaughter rolled a vehicle. My oldest grandson rolled a vehicle. I'm like, that's bad physics, people. That happened because you don't understand the basic rules of physics, or that you're ignoring the basic rules of physics and you did it deliberately, whatever. So anyway, yeah, so I was about to quote my granddaughter, but I'll go back to this. So, do not adjust your television set. We are controlling your television set. Outer limits and was it what I call the Twilight Zone? Yeah. Do not attempt to adjust your TV set. It's not under your control. It's controlled from outside the world, outside this dimension of time and space. Your life is controlled by something outside your control, time and space. So when you're whining and pissing, bitching, and moaning about all the evil in the world, you're whining, pissing, and moaning about something that you have no control over, and it's none of your French word business. Okay, it's under God's control, and it's His business, not yours. So don't worry about it. You can be concerned all you want, but it's not out of your control because you can pray about it. That'll relieve you. Just if you got something on your heart and you just saw it. There's one guy I knew. Every time we talk about what about chemtrails? What about chemtrails? Who the fuck cares about chemtrails? Sorry, French word. Who the flying fig cares about chemtrails? That's an old Bruce Willis, some crazy show he was on. I don't know back when, but anyway, who gives a flying fig about chemtrails? Just deal with it. Either do something to eliminate them, or just pray about it. Get on your knees and pray about it, and then at least the burden's off your shoulder. It's on your mind. You're being controlled by the chemtrails are living rent free in your head. Why let that happen? Just don't worry about it. Deal with it. You can eliminate chemtrails with your mind. If you're hearing and listening, people hear and listen, hear and listen. Yes, you can do that. Okay. So Kabbalah, I'm gonna try to stay on the topic. Focus, Jerry. Focus, Jerry. Okay, David, I'm going to focus here for a minute. Kabbalah. So while I was about the same time that my granddaughter, let me go back to my granddaughter quote here because this kind of ties a lot of stuff together. I was sitting at the house down there, and I got to talk. The reason I'm talking about that is because I'm going to talk about me sitting at that computer and studying what I know about Kabbalah. Okay. So, so I'm sitting down there, and I just made a statement, something to the effect that, and I'm sitting down, and she's very tall. She's now 6 foot something. I don't know. Very tall. Gonna have some basketball players in that family probably. I got to get one of them into. I got to get them a basketball. Yeah. Start studying the life of Caitlin Clark. Okay, that's what I was talking about earlier. I'll just speed that one, drop that one out there. Okay, so Caitlin Clark and her Indiana Fever team are going to play the Brazilian national basketball team. All the superstars of Brazil. Okay, national team, the teams they sent to the Olympics, they're going to play the Indiana Fever, and they're going to lose, of course. But anyway, it's going to be very interesting. So people are going to, I'm telling you this, the Indiana Fever they're going to call them the Indiana Globetrotters, because they're going to be traveling the world. They're going to play in the largest stadium in the world, which is in the Philippines. Don't remember the name of the city, but 57,000 indoor basketball arena, 57,000. It'll be sold out, probably $1,000, $10,000 per ticket. They'll play in Dubai probably. I don't know, but yeah, they do MMA in Dubai, so yeah, they could play in Dubai, $10,000 a seat. The Coca-Cola Arena, there only seats 10,000 people, but $10,000 a ticket, that's a bunch. That's a chunk of change, right? That's what's going to happen. I'm just saying it. That's a fact. I'm not prophesying. I'm just saying it just makes sense. It's going to happen. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if I did this before. Come on. All clear. You just add all the zeros, right? And then you got it. $100 million to seat that arena in Dubai. Easy sneezing, baby. I don't know about the amount of money what the tickets will go for, but it'll happen. Anyway, I'm just saying, amazing. So, I'm going to tell you something else together here. I mentioned the verse in Psalm 105. We'll get to Kabbalah in a minute. Well, it came up to 105. I don't remember this. Last time I had it open, I guess. I don't know. If you don't know the verse, I'd say 15, but yep. 105:15, yep. Oh, ye seed of it. This is starting at verse 6. Now, I'm going to pull up your big boy pants and listen. Listen here, people. Hear and listen, okay? And I'm going to say this too. If you're a guy, shut up. Stop thinking. You can only do one thing at a time. There's 3 things. Women can do all 3. Speak, listen, you can talk, listen, or think. Men can only do one of those 3. Women can do all 3 because they have to take care of kids and do the dishes and listen to the husband and listen to the kids in the background, and they can process all these things because they're survival instinct. I don't know why, but I hear that repeatedly, so it must be true, If I heard it on the internet, it must be true, But anyway, I know for a fact guys cannot talk and think and listen at the same time. So just shut up and listen. Very important here. So I was going to quote this verse, and I was going to go drop back into the Old Testament, further back in to the book of Genesis, but I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, this is going to come together. This is going to be like a sermon, a lecture here. So I'm going to keep going here as long as my voice holds up, which is doing pretty good right now. Okay. Let me take a drink of water. I might have to come back on later. I was going to come back on at 8 o'clock, right? I may be talking until 8 o'clock. Psalm 105. Oh, give thanks unto Yahweh. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the people. Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. And I've been doing that my whole life. Is just one miracle, one amazing coincidence after another. GWAC. GWAAC in capital letter. GWAAC. That stands for G. What an amazing coincidence, Because what are the chances of that happening? With men, 0. With God, 100%, God gets all the glory, I'll tell you. Whether to heaven or hell you've been, God will have glory in the end. All right, let me get my Bible up here just to put this on. Oh, crap. There go my very expensive doohickeys. my surprise thing. Okay, so okay, that's better. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people, sing unto him, sing psalms unto him, talk ye of all his wondrous works, glory ye in his holy name, and let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. I can't remember the tune, but we used to sing this all the time. Good worship song. Back a lot of the Psalms worship songs, I can't quite remember the tune of or the notes because I don't have a good singing voice. Anyway, okay. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face forevermore. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the Lord our God, his judgments in all the earth. And someday I'll address that subject of sacred name and, all that stuff for all the Torah-toting sacred namers out there. My son wrote a book about that. He is, which I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that because that's what I'm going to talk about the Kabbalah. That is what the Kabbalah question has to do with, is what the research I was doing, sitting down at the house, at the computer, sometimes for 10, 12, 15 hours at a time. Let me go back into time here in my mind. There were 100 days, maybe more, when I would walk in that door from working and so exhausted, so dead tired, I could have laid down on the concrete floor. We had a concrete floor that we sealed with paint, epoxy paint, like battleship gray paint, and then a pink faux. It was called a leather, but it was a pink called leather. And it was a faux, rollers. And the guy told us how to do it, and it was beautiful. Although we wore trails in it, we wore whole pathways in it. It did wear out, but it worked good for a lot of years. Really cheap way to do a floor, and it's one of the Mormon guys here told us how to do it. He said roll it down with battleship gray, and then put two other ones over that. So my wife picked the leather, which is a pink, and another one was, I don't know, it was a brownish, kind of brownish tinge. It was camouflage basically. So it looked great. You couldn't see dirt in it. It was really nice. It was good because we didn't ever clean house very often. Anyway, my point is this. What is my point? I'll rewind. Okay, there were days when I could have laid down on that concrete floor and gone to sleep. That's how tired I was, how exhausted I was, how beat I was. And I'd sit down at the computer, turn it on, my brain would turn on, and I'd be studying for the next 15 hours, reading for the next 15 hours. I don't know how many times that happened, 100 at least. The night the Lord showed me God showed me the Kraton, and this is so amazing. You talk about the universe, okay? You talk about the creation of the world, and this is my contention: is at creation, it was a perfect creation, right? But he sees the end from the beginning. He sees the beginning. He sees the beginning from the end, and the end from the beginning. He saw the end of the world when he created it. He saw that I'd be sitting here talking like this when he created this world and this region, this Ozark Plateau. It's like the heartbeat of the Kraton. What's the Kraton? The Kraton, the word for that is shield. It's a barrier between the magma of the earth and everybody on the surface. It's a protection. It's a floating shield. It's less dense than the Earth's mantle. Can't sink. Guess what? There's parts of the Earth's crust that can sink. This cannot. Night he showed me the Kraton. I mean, information's come at me so fast, so furious. I felt like I was in a last battle. Yeah. No, the Silver Chair, where they come in the middle of that snowball fight in Narnia, and there's snowballs floating. That's what I felt like. I mean, and Information was coming at me so fast. I had two computers. I don't know if they both were turned on at the time, but I could run one with my right hand, one with my left hand, and read the information and absorb it from both computers at the same time. Mine's going like lightning speed, you know. And at one point, I actually went like this. I put my hands up like this, palms out. I said, Lord, my brain could explode. Please slow down. You know, it was just amazing. That night was just a mind-boggling event. I'm telling you. Body work flopping around with no head on you. Anyway. So, where are we at here? 1 hour. That was amazing. Yeah, the Kraton was an amazing night. So, let me finish reading this because then I got to come back to this. And I got back to the the other thing I was going to talk about, the Kabbalah, and what my granddaughter said, and then the study of the Kabbalah. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the Lord our God, his judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations. Which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an Israel to an everlasting covenant. He made a covenant with Abraham. He confirmed it to Jacob and to Israel. Okay, sorry. He made a covenant with Abraham. His oath he made to Isaac, and confirmed the same to Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. Israel being the nation of Israel, the people of Israel. Psalm 105:11. That was verse 10. Saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a few men, in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it. They were strangers in a strange land. The man I mentioned earlier, Michael, his email is stranger in a strange land. It's from Robert Heinlein, but hey, still the phraseology is there, and that's where Heinlein got it from, a stranger in a strange land. And we're a peculiar people. We're all supposed to be strangers. My family for many years had the saying, the motto, the law, if you're not strange, you can't be our friend. So if you're not strange, I didn't really want to know you. It means in God's kingdom, you're pretty much, if you're normal, you're not worth a whole lot. Don't tell me to be normal, because that ain't gonna happen. Okay, shut up, Gary. So when they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another, when they went from one nation to another, and from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong, yet he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Okay. Moreover, he said, called for a famine upon the land, he brake the whole staff of bread. This was in Egypt, obviously. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant. God knew there was going to be a famine in Egypt. He knew that he wanted to have somebody in place to keep his people alive, the nation of Israel alive. At that point, it was just Jacob and his other 11 sons and daughter. No, daughter was dead. Anyway, until the time that his word came, the word of the Lord tried him. The king sent and loosed him. This is Joseph, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. So he made Joseph over his house and ruler over his substance. So my point is this, that God knows what's going to happen ahead of time. He saw everything was going to happen, even this. Even though it was 1,000 generations ago, he knew what was going to happen. He knew I was going to be sitting here saying these words. In the book I just read, The Silver Chair, the words under me and the big giant stone steps of the great city Harfang, the great city of the ancient giants, they're going to read a message on the stone of that city, and they're supposed to do what it said. And the words were only 2 words under me, And they were told, well, that was 1,000 generations ago. That stone's been carved away. There's the only two words left are under me. But it used to say, though while I lived, all earth was under me. Though under earth and gone yet I be. While I lived, y'all, all earth was under me. So the king, this giant king, the entire earth was under his rule when he was alive. He said, I'm under earth now, but back then the earth was under me. Okay, so that was just a coincidence, And then the Marshallville guy, Padawan, says, no, there are no coincidences. Aslan, the emperor, the son of the emperor from across the sea, was there when those words were cut into that stone, and he knew everything was going to happen. Even this right now, he knew that was going to happen. There are no coincidences. There are no accidents. There are no accidents. There are no coincidences. When you have that in your mindset and you really believe that, that changes your whole outlook in life. Somebody puts a gun in my head. Well, what are you gonna do? Pull the trigger? Yeah, I don't care. I know where I'm going. Or disarm or whatever. But something's gonna happen. But God knew it was gonna happen. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not my problem. So anyway, that what I was gonna say that is it. Psalm 105, verse 15. You can remember that pretty easily. Touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. Now, what's coming into play too, I want to go back to talking to my granddaughter and my son, the book he was doing, writing. And my daughter was researching for her high school graduation thesis. I helped both my daughter and my son while they were doing that. Okay, so let me... I don't know where it's coming from. So back in, I can tell you this one day, this is very weird, but this has to do with this whole message here. Okay, God has everything under control, right? And whether it's just a lesson for a lot of people, that he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. I'll put it that way. If you have ears to hear, if you're hearing what I'm saying, and you're listening and you're hearing and you're thinking, your brain's on, and you have actually to listen and hear and understand what I'm saying, good for you. I don't know how long my voice can last here. So okay, I'm going to tell this story because it's part of my the thing I'm talking about ties a lot of stuff together. Is I woke up one day. As I was waking up, the words came to my mind. This is from the Old Testament, from the Torah. I will bless them and bless thee, and I will curse them and curse thee. Those words are very clearly in my mind, just clear as bell. But what my mind was processing at the time, oddly enough, was what I mentioned earlier was this phenomenon of these tickets being sold out in 40 minutes. When Caitlin Clark's jerseys went on sale, when she was drafted by the Indiana Fever out there, jerseys went on sale, and within, I don't know, it was like an hour, they were sold. 10,000 jerseys were sold in an hour. Wilson Basketball dropped her basketball collection. The first person in the history of basketball, of Wilson Basketball, to have a signature collection of basketballs. They have different price ranges, and $20 I can buy them for my grandkids someday. I'm gonna get one here pretty quick. Hopefully one this month. But why am I interested in basketball? I have no interest in basketball whatsoever, none. But I'm seeing something work out here, and that's what I'm getting at here is. As I was thinking about those words were in my mind, and what I was pondering at the time was, this person, this media personnel said something bad, they get fired. This person, or their life took a down dump. Joy Taylor, Natalie Esquire, she's constantly hammering. Cheryl Swoop, somebody called her Poopy Swoopy. She's been spewing poop shit for months on end, and someday she's gonna be eating she's gonna be eating her words. Let's put it that way. She's been spewing out poop, and she's gonna have to eat their words. Maybe it'll happen literally. I don't know. Anyway, I've seen that, and those words, as I was meditating about, those words came in my mind. I will bless you, and curse him, and curse thee. I'm like, wow, that's pretty weird. That's what's happening. I'm seeing that happen in real time, real life, in money, value. Oh my gosh. A lot of the women helped build the NBA over the year. Well, WNBA, I could say the W is shorter. Realize what's going on, And so I have a playlist called Caitlin Clark's Racist Fans, because people are saying her fans are racist and they threatened me and blah, blah, blah. Never a bit of proof. Everybody's got a cell phone in their hand. These women who are so upset about Caitlin Clark because she's white and she's a mile and she's straight and she's a Christian, or a Catholic, whatever, she's an Iowa farm girl, for all practical purposes. They don't like her. So they say her fans are threatening my life. Her fans are calling me racist, using racial slurs. And well, why don't you prove that? Twitter, said on Twitter, screenshot it. Did not one shred of proof ever in all these last year or something like that. So, accusations have been made. Not a little video clip, not 10 seconds, 2 seconds of video clip, nothing. So I think they're all just lying. But my point is this, that some of her biggest proponents, her biggest fans are, let's see here, Michael Jordan. Why do you think Wilson Basketball came up with the Caitlin Clark, offered her just like I don't know, it's not million, it's like $20 billion deal. Something like that. It's just ridiculous. Nike signed her to a $28 million deal. Fact, everybody knows this. Everybody in the world knows this. $28 million deal for shoes. They're woke. They have I don't say any attention. They might. I don't know. I don't even care. Everything's playing out. Everything she does turns to gold. I kid you not. It's just So anyway, I'm not asleep. Do some rock on here. And another advertising thing. My sponsor, Faraday Labs. Faraday, like Michael Faraday, the great scientist. Labs, LABZ. Look them up. I'll put a link down here. This is a silver fabric hat. I'm gonna hold it up there. In the thumbnails of this hat on their website, you can see weird energy signature from it. So that's diffusing the extraneous, the ambient EMF, electromagnetic frequencies. So So why did Wilson Basketball come up with a signature basketball collection specifically for Caitlin Clark? It's the first time ever. Michael Jordan was the only person that ever done it for that I know of. That's what I read. I don't know. Maybe that might not be accurate. I don't know. But I think it's the first female basketball player that they ever offered it to. So anyway, why did they do that? Because Michael Jordan told them to. Air Jordan, yeah. Who are Caitlin Clark's biggest fans? Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Charles Barkley. They sing her praises. I mean, every great black basketball player in the world. They asked one of the NBA All Star Weekend. They asked, "What female basketball player would you build your signature, build a franchise around? If you had one choice to build a franchise around, who would you pick?" And one person didn't. He was like worshiping Asia Wilson, but anyway, everybody else said. Every single one of them said Caitlin Clark. Black, white, pink, purple. Every one of them guys said Caitlin Clark. So anyway. There's some fascinating, fascinating things going on in that whole area. Yeah, this I mentioned earlier. Cheryl Swoop said nobody's going to play with her because they have to live in her shadow. They have to live in her limelight. They'd be opposing. Her ego would just. She has no ego. I mean, she's a humble person, totally real. She's like I said, a little simple farm girl who doesn't live very expensive. She's making millions of dollars. She's if someone wants her to speak for 30 minutes, it's $100,000. Not now. What does she do with that money? Community services and buys a home for somebody. Opens a new community food shelter. Food bank. So those other basketball players that are like so worried about Twitter, TikTok and Instagram and all the other social media and worried about what everybody's saying about them. Caitlin Clark doesn't even read that shit. She doesn't even look at it. Doesn't care. The only people I care about are people that love me. It's the only people that live in my head are the people that love me. There's nobody that's living in her head, man. I'll tell you what. So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty awesome. Hmm. Kevin. Cool. California's in my mind. I don't know why. Why is California in my head? Got to go west to do something. Hmm. Hmm. Too many bunny trails, people. Too many rabbit holes. Anyway, LeBron, yeah. Caitlin's racist fans, yeah. All these black women hate her that in the WNBA because they're, you know, anyway, whatever. I don't really care. But LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Steph Curry. Oh my gosh, yeah. Steph Curry's changed the WNBA or the NBA, because of his long 3-point shooting, right? So there's the arena or the facility out there. They said the house, the building that Steph built. His income brought in, his play brought in so much income that they built a new facility. So I don't know if it's an arena or just a practice facility. That's the Indiana Fever is doing that now. $74 million facility they're building. Going to be done in 2027. If the world don't come to an end, I'll just always preface that with that. I'm not expecting it. But anyway, maybe that was a California thing. I don't know. A lot of bizarre things going on in California, obviously. Fire. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. These sunny days I thought would never end. No. Fire in the Mountain, Run Boy Run. Hobbit. But things are changing, and what I'm seeing is this: that people that have hatred and jealousy and anger and unforgiveness and bitterness, that's just destroying people. And it says in the book of Hebrews that, beware of the root of bitterness that defiles many. And that's happened in my family. There's too much bitterness in my family, and it's ruining a lot of lives. My children, my grandchildren. It's not good. Where it comes from is a common source. That's not good. So I'm praying that will someday be rectified, healed. But I'm getting at something here is that in real time, real space, and in dollars and cents, there's something playing out here that I'm just seeing this. Maybe I'm not pulling a straw or anything. I'm just seeing what's happening. I'm just seeing it and assessing it and saying this is what's happening. So somebody used the word poopy swoopy, Cheryl Swoops. They call her poopy swoopy. Okay, whatever. But she's spewing a lot of excrement at Caitlin Clark. What's Caitlin do with it? She buries it. Don't care. And what are you supposed to do with poop when it's thrown at you? What are you supposed to do with manure? Dung. You're supposed to dung the tree. Dig a whole trench around your tree and put the dung in it. That gives the tree it gives your life nutrients. Bury it. None of your business. It's God's business. Bury it. Cover it up. Nobody can see it. You're not gonna smell it. You're not gonna see it. You're not gonna smell it. You're gonna step in it if you bury it. You're supposed to bury the manure. Because it says in the Torah, I can't see the chapter and verse, but it says when you go out into war and you have a paddle on your weapon and you have to get time to take your dump, you dig a hole with your paddle and you bury it and cover it up. Because if you don't, the Lord thy God will not walk in the camp. So there's a lesson to my children. Chilling, and bury your poop or burn it, one of the two. Burn it, bury it, or feed it to worms, and then use the worms in your garden. Use the worms' poop in your garden. Worm compost is worm casting to the gold. Actually, the gold, liquid gold of the fertilizer world. So anyway, California, Caitlin Clark. So weird things are happening there. So poopy. All right, back to poopy swoopy. You're supposed to bury that poop, not spread it, not repeat it. So anyway, nobody's gonna want to go play in Indianapolis. Nobody's gonna want to go to the Indiana Fever because of Caitlin Clark. Well, guess what? All these awesome vets want to play with her because they have a brain. They want to win the championship. So that's gonna be a chunk of money this year. I'll tell you what. Like I said, that game sold out, and see, the deal is that Indiana is from Indiana, right? The Indiana Fever state team of it's the whole Midwest. It's like half of America is an Indiana Fever time now. I don't know, there's probably 100,000 70-year-old grandpas that are Indiana Fever fans. But so she went to college in Iowa, right? The parents kind of wanted to go to Notre Dame. So what I heard is that she did, Catholic school. They're Catholic, Go to Notre Dame. It's a Catholic school, And at some point in time, she goes, "No, I'm going to stick close to home so you can come to my games." Family is more important to her than going to Notre Dame and being famous, So she went to the University of Iowa Hawkeyes and led them to 2 championship games. She never got a championship. That's one of the. She never won a championship, man. She never won a championship. Well, how many of you that are bitching about her not winning a championship? A'ja Wilson and Cheryl Swoopy and Diana Taurasi have won a WNBA championship in their second year. 0. I think it's pretty sure it's going to be a famous first. Yeah. Never happened before and never happened again. So anyway, yeah, that's going to happen. So I think they go undefeated, but possibility. Anyway, they're both. What is going to happen? There's a amount of money. Somebody did the calculations. They said that what is the number? $30-some million she brought into this Indiana. While she was at the University of Iowa, the economy, the restaurants, motels, churches, you name it, they calculated it all up and it came to like something like, I don't know, $80 million over the course over 4 years or something like that. I think that's pretty accurate. So I'm just talking about this because it has to do with don't mess with my people. Don't mess with people that are blessed of God. She's being blessed. I don't know. She may not be a Christian. I don't know. She's Catholic, okay, but what awed me when I say this, I said this before, I'm going to say it right now. The big thing that amazed me at first, and the reason I'm just have this interest in it is because what I see her in her life is that she is living the gospel to the extent that nobody else I know, that very few people do. And she's living a life. She wants to be a legacy for little girls and boys around the world. And that's happening. It's really happening. A bunch of little girls, like I said before, in Africa, like Uganda, now playing basketball because of her. University of Iowa alumni, have bought them jerseys and set up a little flat screen TV and a Wi-Fi system so they could watch Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes play the Ohio Buckeyes. Yeah, I think that's what it was, and defeat them. And the little girl was sitting there going, "I didn't know what basketball was. Never seen it before in my life." We watched her watching Caitlin play for a few minutes. It was like magic in my eyes. What a statement! What a phraseology! Watching her play was like magic in my eyes. And then I thought, I like this. I want to be able to. I want to try to do this. I'm going to try this. So, little basketball player can come out of Uganda, probably 6'7", 6'8", maybe. Who knows? Some of the best players in the league are now going to be playing for Indiana this year. One of them has more championship games than anybody else in the league. In fact, she has the all-time record. Not right now, but of all time. Something like 87 championship games. DeWanna Bonner. So, very interesting stuff going on. I turn the heat on here. My footsies get a little chilly. So rather than nobody wanted to go to play in India, they're trying to knock down the door to get there. That sounds pretty cool. It's going to be a lot of fun, And like I said, I see this as God at work. This is divine providence. Now, here's what I see. And listen to me. I'm talking about family, and I'm talking about love, and I'm talking about water and communication and everything. Well, almost every one of these women who are wanting to go to Indianapolis have mentioned love and family and unity. Why they want to go? One of the lady, Sydney Colson, was the superstar guard from Las Vegas Aces. Played in A'ja Wilson's shadow all those 2 or 3 years she was there. 2 back-to-back championships. Last year they want to go for a three-peat, 3 in a row, which I don't think maybe it's happened before. I think it did early on. Houston, somebody comments. So there have been 3-peats, but that's not going to be unusual. But so Sydney Colson was there, and the reason she went to Indianapolis is because of the love she felt. And Natasha Howard was just an amazing defensive all-star, all-star defensive player of the year. Talked about family, the importance of family and love. So what you're having here is a bunch of people that are going to be playing a unified effort, going to be on the same page, going to be, gelling very quickly, believe. and going to be playing to protect someone they love. Their family are going to be able to be there because of the geographical location, and you talk about growing children, but they're still going to be there at a lot of the games, or maybe all the games. I don't know. And they're going. I think they're going to steamroll through the WNBA this year and be undefeated. Very possible. So anyway, shut up. I'm done. And I'm going to get off the. Oh, no, I got to go back to my my question. All right, so no more bunny trails. All right, so I'm sitting at the computer one day, and my granddaughter's there, Sarah, about 6'2" or 6'3" right now. I don't know, pretty tall, and and I was like grousing, like complaining. I said something like, "Man, so many people are gonna die," you know. Oh man, my oldest granddaughter. This is one of the wisest things I've ever heard a kid say. Unfortunately, she's not of the same mindset or whatever. I don't know. Kind of parted ways with me. One of the roots of bitterness things. But anyway, um, she said, "Grandpa, you beat yourself up too much over this." She said, "Jesus said that when the Tower of Siloam fell, it fell on the just and the unjust." She said, "When judgment comes, and we know it's coming, Grandpa. We know judgment is coming, Grandpa. But when it comes, it's going to kill a lot of bad people. It's going to kill a lot of good people, too. They were good people, Grandpa. They were just dumb people. So my thing is try not to be a dumb people. You know, get where you're supposed to be. If God tells you to stay where you are, stay there. But if He tells you to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. You just get to the Ozark Plateau, go to the Ozark Plateau. You just stay in Denver, Colorado, downtown Denver, or downtown Springfield, or downtown Chicago. Stay there. If you're in Texas and He says stay there, stay there. But if He says get out of Austin, Texas, like a lot of people He's told, get out of Austin, Texas really quick. Get out of Texas. If He gives you dreams every night and you see Texas going underwater, get out. I don't care if you're 19 years old, get out. He gives you a dream every single night that Portland is going to get nuked. Don't call with Jerry Diamond in Kansas and ask him if Portland's going to get nuked. And he says, "Yeah, I got the map right here. Yeah, Portland's going to be nuked." Why do you ask? Because every night I wake up and have my baby holding my baby here. I see a nuclear blast in the distance, and as I'm watching the window explodes into a million pieces and it hits me, and I don't get killed because my baby's there. My baby is killed. It turns to hamburger. But I went, and that's when I wake up. Every day I wake up with that same dream. I said, "Well, if I were you, I'd move." "Well, I can't move. We got a really good house. My husband has a good job." I'm like, "Well, then you're going to see that dream happen." I mean, hello. Another lady said every night she's having a dream of running up the hill for the tsunamis coming in from the Atlantic coast. I said, "Why don't you move?" "Well, because we like it here. It's nice. It's pretty. This is where my family's here." Well, you might want to get up further up the mountain then. I mean, God gives us warnings for reasons. The wise man sees a beast coming down the path and gets out of the way. Don't be there. Step back in the cleft of the rock till the indignation of the Lord passes by. Don't be standing out there in the, oh wow, dead. Boom, whoo, dead. So, so my granddaughter, very wise saying, and I don't think she's still in the same, mindset. But my son Ian, oldest son, some very wise things. I'm not even go into those be bunny trails and rabbit holes. About time for dinner, man. I gotta get something to eat. I'll probably let this off and just put this one in a can and start another one later. Maybe I may or may not. So let's get back to the Kabbalah thing, doggone. Okay, so David Solomon, if you're still on here, I'm about to talk about Kabbalah until I stop. Okay, I was gonna say one or two sentences, and I'm here. I'm a little bit more with that, right? Okay, so my daughter Susie and my son Ian went to a kind of a homeschool support school run by near us, the Mormon community here. Really good school, phenomenal school. My son Ian and I helped spray foam into the tiny little part of the first building. 10 tons of spray foam. 10 tons of spray foam. Yeah. Can you imagine that? It's hard to wrap your head around it, you know. I mean, it's just amazing. So anyway, spray foam was good enough that if you did not use a single nail in the house and you just use spray foam, a house put together with nails will fall apart in a tornado faster than a spray foam house. The spray foam house would just be lifted up and set back down, and wouldn't be able to tear it apart or break it. All right, so Susie is doing her graduation thesis paper on geocentricity. Ian is in the process of writing a book called In Defense of the New Testament, and it was on his question was he had been engaged with a girl whose family was sacred namers, and he started seeing problems with that, and I was seeing problems with it. No, I'm not going to go into it. It's not my purpose here. I'm not even going to deal with that. I'm just deal with one question here, and that's Kabbalah, and that's it. So I might talk about a couple things, but anyway, some little clues I saw. So I'm dealing with geocentricity. Where did geocentricity? Where did the idea come from? Where did the idea of heliocentricity come from? Is the question. Helio. Where did the idea of the sun is the center of the solar system come from? And for those of you who really believe in that, I feel sorry for you. We're not talking flat Earth. We're not talking flat Earth. We're talking heliocentricity versus geocentricity. That's it. Is the Earth the center of the universe, or is the sun the center of the? Is the Earth the center of the universe? Is the Earth the center of the solar system, or is the sun the center of the solar system? Which one are you going to worship? The sun, solar? We're Freemasons. We worship the sun. We have Sunbrose and this and Sunbrose that, and Neil deGrasse Tyson and Sir Isaac Newton, NASA astronauts, Carl Sagan, everybody. They're all Freemasons. Okay, so what is my point? My point is that where did that idea come from? Well, as I started delving into it, Kabbalah. What is Kabbalah? Occultic, occultic writing, really weird stuff. Satanic, demonic, really weird shit. Deep, dark, evil. What does the word occultic mean? It's hidden. The book of Revelation is occult. It's hidden. It's hidden information. What does apocalypse mean? Hiding. What does Revelation reveal? Does it mean to reveal, or does it mean to hide? Kind of both. One guy said you could read the Revelation book a million times, you're still not going to understand it. And what did the angel say to Daniel? Seal this up. Nobody's going to understand it until the end of times anyway, so just don't worry about it. I've never studied prophecy that much. My voice is going. So I want to get this done. Kabbalah. So I'm studying geocentricity and finding the origins are in Kabbalah and ancient, occultic, Talmudic, rabbinic writings. And I'm reading, help Ian do research for the sacred name issue. Where'd that come from? Guess what? Passover plot. His name's Joseph. Whoever wrote Joseph, whoever wrote Passover plot, look it up. I'm not gonna look it up in that. I gotta remember the phone. I find out that this is a very famous book here. Hugh Schoenfield. That was Joseph, I don't know. Hugh Schoenfield, the Passover plot, okay? And the idea behind the book was, it was a plot, they put Jesus to sleep, and third day they brought him back to life, and, it's all a scam, con game. So one of the Sacred Neighbor guys, and I can't remember his name, is David, I don't remember. This is all like ancient history to me, so don't even blame me. Don't even expect me to believe it. Remember all these freaking names. Whoever the first guy that came up with the whole idea of sacred name was quoting this Hugh Schoenfield as a reputable scholar. Okay, his book was on his library shelf, and I'm going like, what the hell did you get that book on your library shelf for? Why are you reading that kind of shit? Anyway, point is that common sources were the common to. Cause I'd be studying for Ian one day, and I just read that. Yeah, I just read the same source yesterday when I was studying geocentricity. Studying geocentricity on versus heliocentricity. I'm like, I was just reading the same crap yesterday, studying about the sacred name movement, where that came from. So, anyway, I'm not going to go into any more of that, other than my observations through life. And I'm 7 years old. I've seen read a lot of stuff, and I remember a lot of information. So, I might go into a little bit more, but at this point in time, I was going to say, Kabbalah, if you like it, more power to you, man. My opinion is, it's very satanic, very demonic, very, very dark, whatever word you want to use to describe it. It's controlled by the enemy. There's a lot of wisdom there. Like, there's a lot of books out there that have a lot of wisdom in them, and you can make them up, but you're going to be led astray, Paul said, if we are an angel of light, well, that means that there's angels, there are demonic entities that are angels of light, and they can give you a lot of they can give you a lot of light, they can give you a lot of truth, but they can slip in that little bit of poison with it, So, yeah, you can eat that meal. There's only a little bit of arsenic in it. There's only a little bit of strychnine in it. There's only a little bit of curare in it. So a tiny little bit of curare on this dart, not going to hurt you too much. Not going to hurt. Ow, that hurt. You're dead, Shuts down the central nervous system. So anyway, yeah, that's about good. So let's ask I answered one question to some degree. Let me get this off here and get back. I can do that. Dropping it or turning it off. It's a really big fat phone. Kind of hard to. Preacher brother. Michelle! Oh my God! Oh! I saw Michelle anger. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, call me. I'll call you. Whatever. Let's talk. Oh my gosh. Been praying for you. Every once in a while, I'll mention you on a video. And Jim, how you doing? Sarge, how's it going, blood? Yeah. Wow, what a night. What a day this is. What a day this is. Michelle, what a blessing. You're still alive. That's good. Start up thoughts on Kabbalah. Got it. Yeah. More biblical. Okay. Yeah. More. Yeah. I agree. More biblical teaching. That would be good. Absolutely. Bunker, Missouri. I was just talking about Michael Bunker today, man. Michael Bunker, not Bunker, Missouri, but Bunker. Michael Bunker. The video that I did, I was interviewed for a documentary called Beyond Off Grid. Okay, and it was all done at the inspiration and motivation by Michael Bunker, who's a Amazon best-selling author. In fact, I quoted him because I'm trying to get in contact with this, get set up with people sponsors, Tuning Element, which is not a sponsor, never will be, unless they send me a whole bunch of money. But come on, there, Tuning Element. That's the icon that I came up with. My research, my life, something that had to do with that company. Went back to third grade. My science I read in third grade. I'm telling you. I think I'm kidding. One day on the second grade, I was reading. I don't know if it was this thick, 2.5 inches thick, a big green book, water damage on the front of it, but a chemistry book. And I think it was a college chemistry book. And I was reading it, I was just loving it. And I mean, it was scribbled out in pencil, blue ink, red ink, green ink. I mean, some of them were red pencil. I hadn't taken notes on that thing and reading it. So one day I had it under my arm. I was walking up the stairs. There were like 4 stairways going to St. Teresa's grade school, right? And this big, tall nun, we called her Lurch because she was so tall and so scary looking, craggy face and everything. I'm walking out, she goes, "What are you doing with that book?" I said, "What are you bringing that book to school for?" I said, "I'm reading it." It just blew her away. "You can't read college level chemistry." "Yeah, I can. I'm reading. This is fine. Not a problem. I understand what's going on there." Anyway, so it was funny. So, but science is just fascinating to me. And what's fascinating to me about it is that it is what God's doing. I mean, all creation groans together in travail. Well, there's things happening right now in the universe and in the world that are playing out according to how God saw things playing out when He created the whole thing, the whole shooting match. He was not surprised by what happened in North Carolina. He's not surprised by what happened in California. He's not surprised by what's going to happen with Yellowstone or anything else. Not surprised. Not going to be surprised when Russia invades America because we're idiots and we'll keep poking the bear. He's not surprised a lot of Americans have gone to live in Russia because they're farmers and they get tired of the communism here in this country. I think they left a little bit too early, They had to wait for Trump to get elected. I don't know. Things are changing now, I'll tell you what. I don't know how it's gonna play out. I have no idea if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I have my doubts about him and his sidekick there, Elon. Anyway, I'm not gonna make any comments about that because they're doing a lot of really cool shit. I mean, some awesome stuff. I mean, he passed a law forbidding, making it illegal to war against the persecution of Christians. He opened cabinet meeting with prayer, for crying out loud. Wow. And it wasn't a gay or a Satanist either. He was a believer. Anyway, some weird things are going on, I'll tell you what. So one of the things I see is this whole basketball thing going on. So let's go back to, let's finish that. So I did your Kabbalah question on my son and my daughter's books. She's writing a thesis paper. Ian was writing a book. The book is called In Defense of the New Testament. It's basically my writings and my thoughts and my work too, but maybe say it half and half. I don't know, but maybe 90% mine. I don't know. I could probably take it off, and I uploaded it to the internet. I guess I could take it down in my name. I could make some money out of that. That'd be nice. All right, since somebody stole my book and has been making $50 a pop on it. Okay. Anyway, well, we'll get another question here, and that is for this thing we got to go with Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. No. Book. Ian. Sarah. Oh, yeah. So I started talking about it the day I woke up, and I'm like thinking in my mind, about if I can pull up the thing here. I got another phone up there. Kind of big picture stuff. I mean, I read hundreds of things. I watch hundreds of things and videos, and I'm like, and I see a weird pattern here. Like people say poopy words, say excrement about Caitlin Clark, and their life will bloom, and they're making absolute idiots out of themselves. And so this will give me the date this happened too. But I didn't happen to erase it. February 19th, 11/11, Gates. 15th, Gates. I don't know, man. I don't think I would have erased it. Ballpark, when was it? It was about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago would have been what? 14th. There it is. So I'm thinking this in my mind, seeing all these people that are Greg Davis and some other guy and Natalie Esquire and Show Swoopy Poopy and Asia Wilson and whatnot. So one thing here's something that happened. Okay, Nike signs Caitlin Clark. Well, she's still before she got into the WNBA to a $28 million 8-year deal, which was a steal for them, and then they haven't done absolutely nothing for her, nothing whatsoever. And so the word on the street was that Asia Wilson, who's a 2-year most valuable MVP of the WNBA, black lady. Everybody undoubtedly says she is the best player in the WNBA. I mean, she's got steals, she does block shots, she rebounds, shooter. She is the best all-around player in the WNBA, no question. Okay, give her that. But the word is that Nike was not going to give Caitlin Clark a shoe until they did Asia Wilson's shoes. Well, they finally got Asia Wilson's shoes out, and guess nobody's going to buy them. I mean, she might sell 100 of them. Sales ain't going to be that great. If they had a shoe for Caitlin Clark right now, there'd probably be 10 million of them sold within. If they had 10,000 of them in stock, they'd sell them all out in 20 minutes, 40 minutes, worldwide. If they had worldwide shipping, if they were on Amazon, they'd be sold out in a matter of minutes. So anyway, I'm thinking about that in my head, and I'm going like, the big picture, say something bad happens. I mean, Messiah said that, out of your own words, you'll be judged, the words from your own mouth you'll be judged by, right? So, so that's true. Hold up a mirror. Your words are going to come back to you. Karma's going to come back to you. So I'm seeing that, and people that see, okay, some of the greatest players in the world, men and women both, black, white, green, purple, doesn't make a difference, pink, Black Lives Matter, okay, whatever. You're wokey dokey. That Hollywood figured it out. Woke goes go broke. You want to go woke, you go broke. They've stopped making stupid ass, female black movies. That's bullshit. They figured out, all right, if you do that, we're gonna go broke. So they stopped doing it. They're making more normal movies now. They gave up on that whole shtick. Anyway, so yeah, you go woke, you go broke. So Nike's doing that really good job of it. Just making a mess out of their whole industry. Golf legend. Adidas spokesperson, Jackie. Who that? I don't remember her name, but anyway, she's wants Caitlin Clark to go with Adidas, and she could sign with Adidas too. I'd probably have to put up a lawsuit, but I mean, Nike should be sued for breach of contract, and they haven't done shit. Anyway, I'm just saying that because so Asia was for the whole entire time this whole thing's been going on. All year long, Caitlin Clark's being hammered, beat up, stabbed in the eye, checked, running full speed, and somebody sticks their hand out, boom, this 6'5" monster of a behemoth of a questionable person that if Trump says that men can't play in women's sports anymore, he's not going to be in that. He's not going to be a WNBA anymore. He went to Russia and got busted for drugs, and we traded the Merchant of Death for him. It, whatever. Kid was running full speed, bam, that big freaking sledgehammer of a fist about neck takes her head off. People check her, slam her down, hit her in the head, clothesline her. All year long that happened. And she'd just go down, bounce back up, and run right back at it. Some little kid's doing that right now. Boy, she's got to be his hero, man. Kid's getting hammered by big, huge black guys. Little tiny kid, you got to be like 4 foot something. I don't know, but he could shoot, run circles around him. He's running faster than them. Just layup, 3-point shot from 50 feet away. This kid is phenomenal. I don't know what his name is. I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, she's got to be his hero. So Steph Curry, changed the NBA. I mentioned that earlier, but so one of Caitlin's greatest heroes, one of her greatest fans is a guy named Stephen A. Smith. and he's a commentator or whatever, analyst for ESPN, I think. I don't know if I got him all right. I don't know. I think that's it. But he was doing something, and he was asked. He came for an interview, and he said, "Just give me 10 minutes." They said, "Well," they said, "Okay, you've been a big fish in a little pond there." They said, "If you come here, are you going to be okay with being a little fish in a big pond?" And he says, "I'm not going to be a little fish in anybody's pond." He said, "You give me 10 minutes," and he knocked it out. So this guy knows sports. He does everything. He does UFC stuff. He does everything. But he went to Caitlin Clark's. I think it was her last game or something. He did an interview there. It was either the day not that they hung her jersey because this was very recent, but I think graduation or something. It was right. She was still in college. Okay, he'd been following her since high school, and she was getting recruitment letters from college, Notre Dame and whatnot, when she was in 7th grade, and her parents wanted to have a normal childhood, so they would send her brother to the mailbox to get the mail. She can't. We don't want her to see that. She doesn't need to know about all that crap. So we want her to have a normal life. So her head was never inflated. She never, proud, arrogant, haughty like all these other WNBA players. I'm the greatest player that ever lived. Well, check your back, check your sick test. She's right behind you. Anyway. Michelle, that's funny. Oh my God. I'm going to read this. I am space MORAL compass. Okay. I'm moral compass. Michelle, immoral compass. I know. God, so good to hear from you. Oh my gosh, what a day. I was able to talk to the lady that's starting the Community Action Group worldwide ministry out in North Carolina. Spring loaded from that. And I'm going to be going out there with them. So I'm going to be coming there here. Hey, by the way, Michelle, we're going to be going to Arkansas. And you got a place where is it? Oh, what happened? Bunker, Missouri, yeah. We got to come see you. Or if are you going to be there? We'll talk about it. We'll get in touch some way. It was really good. Had a really good talk. I think very slowly. My brain does not work fast, people. My brain works at a snail's pace. But it very efficient, very, the wheels of justice grind slowly, but they grind extremely fine. That's why my mind works really slowly. I put you to sleep talking. But, so, Lacey and I'll go around trying to, I take calls afternoon, with the emphasis on afternoon. I don't get up till noon usually because I go to sleep too late. I got to fix that. I'll be in better health. My brain will work better and everything else if I can do that. But so yesterday I was like, hey, you know what? Every time you call me or every time we talk, text. I notice it's at 7. It's in the morning, 7, 8 o'clock. I said, you want to talk at 7 in the morning? She goes, yeah, that'd be great. So I'd like that's when her time is free. Unboxing, no. Ah, crap, I can't even see that. 5-MTHF. Methylated something or other. Some magic stuff. Okay, so I'm waking up and those words go through my head. I will bless him to bless thee and curse him to curse thee. And what's going through my mind at the time is I'm thinking about Caitlin Clark and all the people that are getting their lives. They're making fools out of themselves. Their lives are being wiped out. Just financially or even, I think, I'm thinking some of them may just not be able to take the stress of this next coming year. So anyway, what I do is when I wake up during the night, I'll take a screenshot. So if I wake up enough to take a screenshot, if I just go back to sleep, I just go back to sleep. But I didn't know if I had like 6 hours sleep. I try to get 8 hours, but I didn't know what time it was, so I came up. I take a screenshot. So as I was waking up there, and those words are going through my head, the thoughts about Caitlin and the verse, I will bless them that bless thee and curse them that curse thee. And then I thought, I'm going to look up Genesis 12:3. Well, guess what Genesis 12:3 says? I think you can figure it out. It's the blue verse. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. That was amazing, you know. That was one of my G1 amazing coincidences. G1 an amazing coincidence. Wow. Yeah. What an amazing coincidence. Those words were going through my head. That verse was going through my mind, and I was thinking about Caitlin Clark when those words, you know, and then I look up and, oh no, this is my model. You know, and I look it up. I take a screenshot and think, oh, I gotta look that verse up. I do, and that's what it is. We're at 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 6 seconds, 2 hours and 6 minutes and 19 seconds. So, okay, look at anybody else got any questions out there you want to ask me or whatever? David Solomon says yes. Guess what? I don't know what. Guess what? See, I don't know whether it's doing this. Oh, I gotta get. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, no, I don't want to pin on messages. Yeah, let me go to the top here. Let's see. Good night, David. Thoughts on Kabbalah. I covered a little bit of that. We can go into that more later. You said that an opinion on it. Sadiq, we need more biblical teaching. Yep, I agree with that, David. Absolutely, 100%. What's up, Michelle Anger? Oh, who's Michelle Anger? Oh, damn. What a day. What a day. What a day. I was going to do an unboxing. Maybe I got to put this back in the thing and do that. Maybe I should just do it now. Can anybody just jump back on and say, yeah, you're here still? Is anybody still listening? I got 3. It says 3, whatever. 3 people. 1. So give me a thumbs up, people. I gave some thumbs up. Oof. Gaddy Ann, you goofball. You just got on. I'd like to hear more prophecy. Well, okay, that'd be a good point too. Yeah. With enough shovels, baby. Okay, 3 people. I'm going to do the unboxing then. If I can get this back in the holder without dropping it. Or... grasshopper trap. Comedy stuff. Patrick McManus. We're gonna do an unboxing, unbagging. So earlier I said about went to the mailbox. It was 5 o'clock when I finally thought to get on my email and try to do it takes me about 10 minutes to find an email and then find the tracking number, because I have to go back through several emails, just stack them all in one. Find the tracking number, punch it into U.S. Postal Service, and find out. Well, I got an email saying, tell me it's been delivered, you know. So I'm like, oh, that's 5 o'clock. So I looked up what time it was delivered. It was about 2:43, about 3 o'clock, something like that. Okay. Eva Zubek. Oh, God. Hey, anybody follow Eva Zubek here? Anybody know who Eva Zubek is? Huh? Damn. Crazy woman. Firewood for life. Anyway, this package came here about 3 o'clock. So I got to the mailbox and get 2 packages out of the mailbox. One in a bag and one in a box. And I'm thinking, well, the box, obviously I thought the box was my $300 order. And that would have been a mistake. And sounds like vitamins to me. $50 maybe. Anyway, so this thing, on the back, it did say something. Neburu. Nebru. Nebru. How you say it. Nebroo. I don't know if there's an insignia that the beads look kind of funny, like it's questionable. That's their logo icon, whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay. Anybody know what it is yet? Chime in if you do. So what it is, and now I gotta find it. I dropped it. There you go. So I was gonna say, if I'd have been attacked by a wild dog pack, I would probably have dropped the plastic bag and kept the box close at hand. That would have been a bad mistake because that plastic bag ain't mine. Number one, I didn't even mind to begin with. My daughter's daughter-in-law's. Hold on, I got a problem here. I gotta get my shofar up here. Okay, I've got to get in this room a grabber stick. So I don't want to have to get up. Let me move in the hole. Oh, I could use the leg of the tripod. So here's my shofar. Let me blow the shofar. This is an important time. Okay. This has been an amazing day. Oh my gosh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Dr. Lacey. I find that Michelle is still alive. Oh my God. Michelle, I could just cry. I have not heard from Ashley either. I hadn't heard from you. I hadn't heard from Ashley for so long. You said I should go move with them. I was like, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to move out there to that place, you know. You introduced on the phone, hung up, and talked to Ashley for maybe an hour. And by the time we were done, man, I was like, when can I go? I'll pack up and move everything I lose and move and come out there. So anyway, wherever you're at, I'm going to find that bunker. Okay, this is going to work. This is my grabber webber. Let me blow it first. Look up Nehemiah 4:20. I have my Bible here. I do have my Bible. I do read from the Bible every day. I could look at my Bible, but I don't know how to work this thing. I'm looking for Nehemiah. Chapter 4, I think. Yep. They which build it on the wall, and they that bear burdens with those that laid it, everyone with one of his hands wrought in the work, and the other held the weapon. Now, Charles Haddon Spurgeon's newsletter for many years was called The Sword and the Trowel, because they had a sword in one hand and a trowel in the other. They did brickwork with one hand, and they held their sword in the other hand. The sword and the trowel. Be working at God's work, but have a weapon at hand. Okay. For the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. He that sounded the shofar was by me. And I said to the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In what place, therefore, you hear the sound of the trumpet, the shofar, resort ye thither to us, our God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise, at the same time said I unto the people, let everyone with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us and labor on the day. They can work by day and they can protect us at night. If somebody gets killed, they'll be your servants, not us. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put off our clothes, say that everyone put them off for washing. They washed their clothes and that was it. Otherwise, they lived in their clothes. They lived and worked in their clothes. They lived and worked with their boots on, sandals, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, in what place therefore you hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither to us, unto us, for our God shall fight for us. Now my personal feeling is that this is the most powerful weapon I own, and I own a few weapons, used to anyway. I can't do it justice. This sofa here, I heard a guy that used to be a trumpet player. He could do notes on this. He could play a song on it. I mean, I can't do it. Sorry. No, that one's good. I could do the tuning thing if I could have had it on the other phone, but I don't have it on the other phone. I don't think. Check the hertz of that. What note I'm playing. I can do it. Anyway, that's my shofar. But it also is a grabber rubber right now. It's my grabber stick. I think I can do it. Yep. There we go. There we go. Come on. Stand up. Got it. Anybody got the Nebrew? Huh? This is going to be life-changing. This is an amazing day. And I heard from my, the Amish guy that's doing my stove stuff. My, heating system. And I'm really thinking that's going to go viral here before long, I'll tell you what. Like I said, gee, what an amazing coincidence. This is all coming together right now. What an amazing coincidence, yeah. This is just retarded, I'm sorry. Loose. It's kind of giving me a piece of my mind. Okay. Little cups, loose. I mean, they're not loose, but they're in a little teeny baggie that's that big. My gosh. Loose in the packaging. I'm going to have to watch the video. I'm not going to even open these, I don't think. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. 6-week program. Follow the steps for each week. Oh my gosh. I got to read something and understand it. Oh. Time. Weather for 1 to 2 hours. Standard mode. Try different volume levels. Everybody got it? Come on. Somebody tell me what I'm opening here. What am I opening? Come on, people. Get with the program. Hearing aids. This is going to be a life changer. Total freaking life changer. Look at that. Guess what that stuff is. One of the things that our tax dollars, supposed tax dollars, but was paying a several $1 million study to determine the usability of, the viability of bubble wrap for stress relief in children. $20 million. Something like that. I don't know. Multi-million dollars. This has already been flattened. This stuff's pretty worthless. That's another dumb thing against them. I'm not against them, whatever. I hope these things work really good. And I hope I can understand them. I hope I can read the instructions and watch the videos and do what I need to do and talk to somebody on the phone and make these things work for me. I love the story that the old guy goes to a ear specialist, gets hearing aids, right? He goes back several weeks later, and the guy says, "Well, how's your hearing aid?" "It's great, doc." He says, "Well, your family must be overjoyed." And he goes, "I haven't told anybody yet." He says, "I've changed my will 4 times already, knocking people out of my will." I love that. I wouldn't have to knock anybody out of my will because I don't have a will, not written down. I did write one time, actually. I did. Okay, quick start. Oh, shit. I saw the book online. I was hoping this wouldn't be like a little, I get hearing aids from China, a little pamphlet like this big that you can't read, and sometimes they're in China, they're tiny, they don't tell you how to do anything. This little fucker, it's like 71 pages, 72 pages. Oh, I hope I don't have to read them. You know that. Hope I can just have somebody tell me how to do this. There's some cleaning stuff in there. This is one of them. Okay, I started listening to a video and long video, advertising video, and then right about the time I did the click buy button, it said, "Wait, do you want to get the upgrade?" And I'm like, I can't afford the regular one, but yeah, I got the upgrade. Infinity. I'm not even gonna. Anyway, that's that. That's my life-changing deal here. Yeah, I forgot to put them stupid little loose things in there. Why couldn't they not put those in the box with the other stuff? That's just crazy. Crazy. What in the hell are those little things anyway? Tiny, tiny little. Most of that controls. Makes me do something for my eyes. I need a magnifying glass to even see what the hell those are. Shit. That's just scary looking at that crap. Okay, so there we go. My life's going to be different, let me tell you. These are some that are not just junkers that I got from eBay or Amazon. These look amazing. Magnetically charged, yeah. I'll plug them in. I either plug them in, but I'm not going to read nothing. Not now, not tonight. So be praying for me. Some weird things are happening. No question. Sarge, you want to know a prophecy? Give me a question or a direction. What do you believe? What do you think? What do you see? Anybody want to chime in on that one? Let me know, because I'm done for. My voice is okay, but I'm hungry. I'm tired. I've talked myself out, which is amazing. No, not really. There's some topics I could talk about for 10 hours at a time. Anyway, not gonna happen tonight. So we've covered Kabbalah, we've covered geocentricity, we've covered Sacred Name Movement, and we'll go into that probably at some point in time. Let me know anybody's thoughts on here on that. David, tell them what's your take on Sacred Name Movement? What's your take on Kabbalah? Are you a Mormon? Are you a Kabbalist? Are you, an occultist? You said Zadik, we need more biblical. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, let me know. Sorry. I take my granddaughter's vitamins or my daughter-in-law's vitamins over to her. Flippity-doo-dah, flippity-day. My oh my, what a wonderful day. All right, well, I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. Are we in the end times? Come on, dude. You're not serious, right? I mean, the Epistle of Peter says we're in the last days. We're in the last days. We're in the last days of the last days. We're in the last seconds, of the last minutes, of the last hours, of the last weeks, of the last months, of the last years, of the last days. I don't know. I'm curious here. I am curious. Oh my gosh, what a day. Bunker. Michael Bunker. Wow. Not much of a town. Dent and Reynolds. Bunker is in Dent and Reynolds County. Are you kidding me? Come on now. No way. 295. That's about the same town, same size of town I was in Kansas. Denison, Kansas was about 200. I think you might have me beat. Quick facts. 1,400 feet. That's pretty high. Come on. Damn it. Won't open up. Where is it? Thinks doing bunker. Sleep, eat, hunt, trap. It says 400 people. Reynolds County, city office on Green Street, post office in Dent County. I don't know. Mark Twain National Forest. Oh boy. Yippee-ki-yay. Plenty of reptilians around. Well, shit. Okay. What's the bigger town? What town is near Bunker? How do I find the damn thing? Get some. Yeah, I need some rest, bro. Yeah. Come on, baby. Where do we eat? I need a place to eat in Bunker. La Feta Mexican Restaurant. Big Mama's Bogueto Bistro. Woods Darlette. Place to stay. Hotels, I bet you no. Echo Bluff State Park. It's a way back farm. Echo Bluff State Park. Okay. Let's see Echo Bluff. Round Spring. Oh my gosh, that's by Round Spring. Holy shit, that's so cool. Round Spring and Round Spring Cave. Bunker. Okay. Yep. At least it has okay. The spring is on the map. Bunker's not, but now the Bunker's suddenly on the map because it has a really bright blue, pretty line from Bunker to Round Spring, which it doesn't list it on the map. Yeah. The red dot is Round Spring, and the other end of that line is Bunker. It is on Bunker. Okay, so now they're both on there. But I did not pull up Bunker. Well, it wouldn't let me see Bunker on a map. Not important enough, but it will let me see Round Spring, and the Bunker's right there. So let's go. Eminence. Oh wow, that's Alley Spring. Oh my gosh, yeah. Winona. Michelle, I can't wait. Someday I'm gonna get a vehicle. Maybe someday soon, I hope. That would be nice. Anyway, I'm gonna get picked up here before long. And March 26th is when they're hoping to be out here to have the money, have Freddie's truck fixed, and get out here and scoop me up and kidnap me and take me to North Carolina. This is so exciting. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. Bye-bye. Shell, you get back on here. Let's do this again. Get your email to me. I'm going to look for your email and phone number. I don't know. I think I lost a phone or two in the interim. So I don't know how your phone is. At least you got on here. So let's get in touch, girl. Okay. Come on, sister. Thank you. God bless. Love you all. Thank you, everybody, for being on here. Like, share, and subscribe, and send me some money if you can. That'd really be nice. My email address is my PayPal address, dmnds2001@yahoo.com. Delta Mike November Delta Sierra 2001@yahoo.com. That's my email address. That's my PayPal address. Send me money there. Or you can send me a Cash App. Jerry with a capital J, Jerry, capital, well, they do the $, and then they're all like that. That's Cash App. $, Jerry, and then SHAWMIR, Shamir. That's the Hebrew word for diamond. And that describes my life, my family history, my family motto, describes the whole history of Israel, of the children of Israel, and it describes the whole history of going back to Egypt, Joseph in Egypt. That word diamond encompasses all of that. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling how that could be packed into one word. That's my name. So, hallelujah. What's the chance of that happening? With man, 0. With God, 100%. I mean, this is nothing's a surprise. So, to the Almighty, He's not going to fall. He hasn't fallen off His throne. He's not going to fall off His throne. Okay. Good night. God bless. I'm going to go get some rest. Thanks, George. Bye-bye.